don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Welcome to Sorta Soup Podcast.
Agree with you.
Hey.
Potentially the last episode you will see
Ever.
in this room.
Ever. It's
Hopefully.
over. We're ending.
Hopefully.
I know. Do we give up our plans?
The 6 months of torment and experimentation is over.
You're going to
podcast
give away
is
the
ended.
plans within the first minute of the podcast?
Dobby is free.
I don't know.
Maybe we should
stay
call
till
it
later.
season 2.
I mean, the thing is that if they want to know, there's going to be a timestamp they can skip to anyways.
Those
This should just be the end of season 1.
Yeah.
The end of season 1, honestly, not a bad idea. Season 1 of the podcast.
Yeah, I'm telling you
wouldn't
guys-
This,
Like-
wouldn't this be season 2?
Yeah, wouldn't this
When
already
we
be
moved
season 2
rooms?
because we moved from there
Yeah.
to here?
No,
Oh.
That was
Season 2 coming at you, Billy.
Season 2 of the
and a half.
podcast.
Yeah.
doesn't sound as cool if it's season 3. It's season 2.
Yeah, true. Honestly, I
The
like
rebirth.
I
The
like that.
rebirth.
Yeah.
That. It took a while. Months of shopping for tables.
Yeah.
Just
We're like a
breaking down,
phoenix.
buying one on Amazon.
Yeah.
Just giving up.
It almost didn't work.
It's not carrying anymore.
You don't understand how difficult it is to find a table that can accommodate a podcast setting with Eric's 8-foot-long legs.
I'm a big dude. What can I say, you know?
You are 80% legs. It's kind of
It's
crazy.
insane. Like, I don't realize it until we're in a situation where you don't fit. And it's like, damn, you really don't fit.
Nah, dude. Like when he has the couch or the couch down, the recliner down. Like me and him look like we're the same height. And then
Yeah.
when we stand up, he's literally like
Just
4
towers
inches
over
taller
you.
than I am.
Dude, I wish we took a picture.
I could be a leg model.
That time. I don't know if it
Damn,
was.
bro said.
I don't remember if it
Got
was
them good
Disney or
legs.
Universal, but there was something where like Eric tried to get in a ride. He got in the ride and was like, nope. And he got out and left.
It was
And
I remember it was a stupid wagon
I
one.
wish
it was one of the
we-
Harry Potter
yeah,
ones. or
I wish
something.
we took a picture because Sean, I'm not kidding. I don't even know how he got into the seat. Eric got in and he was like this, but his knees were like up to his chin. And like the person was looking at him like trying to
Well,
pull the
because
bar
the thing
down.
is, when it comes to the ride people, they don't give a fuck about you.
No.
They're like,
No.
get in the car, get comfortable, let me
Yeah.
close the thing and move on with my life.
Did thing click? Thing click.
And it's like, homie's literally looking at me, and I'm sitting here like this in the
Yeah.
cart, and he's just like,
Looks safe.
So you gonna fit? Can I close this? And I'm like,
Does
no.
it look like it's
No,
gonna
dude,
close?
I am having to like hold my legs
No.
up because
It's
my
like it's
femur
supposed to go
can't
in your
fit.
lap, not your knees.
Oh no, there's a difference between fitting and being comfortable. The first one is their
no.
is
It was
their goal.
this was not a situation of like Eric could have made it work. Like I don't think the bar would have gone over his knees.
Do we need to make a video when we go to one of these?
Where we put you through the torture
and I
of
try
that
to
again.
fit in every
Yeah.
single ride. We just go to the ride. I don't try to ride the ride.
So-
I'm just like, I just want to fit and have a picture taken.
So we're
of
going to
me.
be those YouTubers that like take up time in everybody else's day. That
Yes.
way we can just get 30 seconds for a video.
Yes.
It's like, no, I'm sorry. I know you're here with your family, but this is really important for us.
Yes, exactly.
Like,
be quick with it.
Yeah, don't worry. I know your kid's crying, but this is for a bit. It'll be worth it.
Hey, at least you'll always hit the height requirement.
Oh, I easily. hit
Sometimes
the height
it's a
requirement.
struggle out
the
here.
The problem is they don't tell you what the height limit is. I can hit the requirement all day long.
Right.
They don't go, this is the limit for the ride.
Yeah.
No, there was another ride that I think you were gonna go on with us, and then you saw that your legs would hang, and he said no and didn't do it. If I remember right, because he was paranoid that his legs would hit.
Well,
stuff.
because my
That's
leg had
crazy.
almost already hit one of the stupid signs that they had it there. Because I feel like I've
Hey,
discussed
bro,
this,
why
but,
would
like,
why would you not have it where it wouldn't even be remotely close?
Because amusement parks aren't built for people who are of.
I mean, don't,
It- it is
they're
crazy.
built for the average people.
Yeah, but bro, you're 6'3". You're not like LeBron.
Well,
right?
No, I agree.
You're tall, but you're not a freak.
I mean, even
damn.
so,
Thanks, man. I
I think
appreciate
he
that.
would have been fine. Like, I think Eric would have been all right. But it is crazy to think that because there are some people that are 7 feet, right? Like,
Yeah.
it is crazy that there isn't a height limit. Like, if you are
I
taller
mean,
than
how
this,
could you not accommodate up to like 6'5"?
Yeah, I feel like they have to.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
But even then, it's kind of crazy. Like you think there would have to legally be some sort of height limit. Like if you are 7 feet, your legs will potentially get ripped off.
well, I mean, my thinking is like, bro, if you're
They
6'5",
haven't had that lawsuit yet.
if
That's why.
you're
maybe.
6'5" and above, congratulations, you hit the genetic lottery. Like that is your reward.
Mm-hmm.
You get to be 6'5" and taller than that. Whereas like all the rest of us, yeah, we get to go on amusement park rides.
Yeah.
You know, that is
That's the benefit.
That is our benefit of like not being that tall.
I don't know. I'd rather be short.
I mean, yeah, but you look like a third grader. Like, you know, there's a difference between being short and just being like very, very short.
What? I'm not that short.
You're like 4'9". We don't have to pretend anymore.
5'1".
that's close.
What's the difference?
Bree,
inches
when you sit on a
is a big
chair,
deal.
Oh,
do your
so now
legs-
you're saying
that's
3 inches is important. I heard him crying about it the other day.
Oh yeah.
when you sit down on a chair, do your legs ever touch the ground?
Do you know how many times you've asked me this
Not
very,
often.
very specific
Not often,
question?
dude.
You know how much I wish I know what that would be like to like literally be able
Why?
to sit on a chair and let my legs
Why?
actually hang.
Nah,
You
dude.
think
Because
it's
when I
fun?
sit down,
You think
this
I'm just
is what
sitting
my
there
legs do.
swinging my legs around?
Yeah.
Like I can't swing my legs because there is no swing.
Yeah.
It's literally my legs are sitting on the ground. I actually have space
No,
between my
bro,
thigh and the ground.
I would
because
hate if
thigh
my
and the
legs
couch right
swung
now.
around.
Because
Yeah.
that's just how my legs just
Yeah,
Your
but you
legs
get-
fall asleep a lot
Yeah,
faster
there's
when they're
that. Like
just
you get
hanging
poor
there.
circulation in
Yeah,
her
man.
way, and also it's like one of those things too. Like when she's getting up, she has to like jump down, or you just stand up.
Oh yeah, those
No,
restaurants.
I have to roll. Like I don't stand up. I roll
Oh,
and
no.
get that
Well,
momentum.
I gotta do the
you
fat
know?
guy
Like, you
roll.
gotta
Yeah,
have
yeah.
that momentum.
Nah, bro, you got- it's
you
the-
can't.
nah.
You're not instantly just kind
Nah.
of standing up. You have to build that momentum forward
Yeah.
and work
Well,
it
it's-
out.
figure your
it's
shit
the,
out.
It's the roll, but also when you're chunky, you got to get the leg kick. So it's
Oh yeah.
yeah, no.
Really
some,
get it going.
Some
Okay.
restaurants they seat you at tables that are very tall with very tall chairs, and you gotta like do the
What
like,
restaurants are these?
the,
I
like,
wanna frequent
butt
these restaurants.
maneuver
No,
where
back-
you gotta
back when
at
we
least-
used to actually
you get
go
one
out to
cheek on the
bars.
chair so then you can slide
No,
on
dude,
over.
seeing Bree at a
seating
bar
is the
so
fucking
funny.
worst.
So funny.
Dude, I hate it. I
Wait.
hate
So we
it.
need to, what I'm hearing is we need to go to bar scenes then.
I literally feel
No.
like I'm having to climb up these chairs to like sit down, and
It is-
like-
it is
every
funny.
time I go to the bathroom.
Garcon,
When
can
I
we get her
gotta
a
go to the
step ladder,
bathroom, he's
please?
got to pull my chair out for me so I can like get out of the
Dude,
chair because I
what's crazy?
can't push it
My
back.
aunt, one of my aunts, is shorter than she is.
Oh yeah,
my
That's so
aunt, my
crazy.
aunt can legally be considered
by like
a
3 or
dwarf.
4 inches, she showed us.
She's like it is difficult to give her a hug. I
I
she's,
usually don't look
it's
down
like
on
they're
people
there.
when I have to talk to them unless they're a child,
Yeah.
and her I do.
Yeah, she's fucking
No,
tiny.
like I don't know what it is. Like me, my 2 cousins and my uncle were like the taller ones in the family. Like everyone else is like 5'7" and down, and so it's like we don't really know where we got it to that extent because like literally, my dad's side, like my grandma, his mom or whatever. Like I would hit my head on the fan in her house. Like dude, it was like a Hobbit house. Like it was like very low ceilings.
Hobbit house.
And
No, that's everybody. I'm the tallest person in my mom's side of the family.
Yeah.
Like, my dad is about 6 foot flat, and then I lost like an inch, I guess, from my mom's side.
Yeah.
Because like I am taller than my grandfather, my uncle, everybody. And because they're all just so fucking short.
right.
My sister's like 2 inches shorter than me. Christiana,
What?
Yeah.
shorter than me.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, we just got short people in my family. I
Damn,
was like trying
that's
to think if there's
crazy.
even one
Which,
tall.
I mean, your dad's a smaller fella as well. Like
Yeah.
he's not like small or anything, but he's smaller.
Yeah, my mom's not very tall. She's like all my family I
Dude.
think are like average height.
Poor Maeve.
I know.
Oh no, that kid's
gonna be
be
like 5 feet
yeah,
tall.
dude. But
But Evie though gonna be a
Evie's tall.
monster.
Evie's
Eevie,
probably like 98 percentile for
we're
height.
gonna make Maeve a monster, dude. She's just gonna be built like a fucking fridge.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
gonna be awesome.
She's just gonna
She'll be able to
like
tackle
she's gonna look like Sandy Cheeks when she gets all like buffed out when SpongeBob keeps waking her up.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, she's just gonna be
Bree made like some sweet potato casserole, and like Maeve like refused to eat it. And I finally like it took like 20 minutes to convince her. When I convinced her, bro, she
with just one hand.
plowed through more tato, more sweet tato. Like she was just like, give me
Yeah, dude.
more of this fucking potato.
So
Dude, she
gotta-
devoured that.
We
shit.
can't have Edith being picky about food. You know?
No, she
we
is.
Can't, we
but
cannot
the
ingrain
problem
that into
is that
child.
she's picky, but like picky in the sense she won't try it if she like looks at it and is like, that don't look right. But then once she eats it, it's over.
Yeah, no, she didn't even want her cupcake at her birthday party. She
No,
like
that
doesn't
video-
like
Yo,
sweets.
that was
can yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my god! I'm so glad I had a front row seat to
Yeah,
that.
I missed that, but
The-
editor, can you want to put that video into the show?
Yeah, yeah.
that
we
was
could do that.
Yeah,
It was really
absolutely one of
just
the.
editor blur out the other children's faces.
Yeah.
You don't.
It
you
was
can keep
such a
Maeve
hard
Smithson,
moment
but-
to like be quiet too, because it's like you're trying to celebrate, you're not trying to laugh, and girl just straight
Bro.
up, no.
I don't want this shit.
Yeah, no,
And everyone else was so happy and so confused.
just immediate rejection of the cupcake that I specifically bought her
Bree was-
dairy-free cupcakes for her birthday.
because of
on
her
the other
appreciative
side of
child.
town, mind you. Like,
Oh, not just the other side of town.
No, she
like
had to go to San
45
Marcos to
minutes
get them.
south.
She had to go further south than where Sean is.
Yeah.
And then had to
I
then
am the
go
most south
all
of
the way
this.
north.
she
for
did
it.
all this specifically
So-
for Maeve,
Yeah, Maeve
who could not have the cupcakes.
No, Maeve
And-
didn't even eat any of the leftover cupcakes. I tried. I started calling them muffins because she loves muffins, thinking that maybe if she thinks it's a muffin, she would try it. No.
I gave them away to our neighborhood. I put them in the buy nothing group in our neighborhood and gave them away.
No,
I said, "Yo, anyone want some of these cupcakes? I don't know what to do with them."
Yeah.
And 2 people came and picked
my
up
kid's
half of
an
them.
asshole.
And what's crazy is I tried one like 2 days later. The vanilla, they were good.
Yeah, the vanilla is
They
way better than the
tasted. They had
chocolate.
a little bit of a funky texture to them, but like
But,
they
like,
tasted normal.
dairy-free,
Like, I didn't have.
right?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
It was dairy free,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it's like you did all that.
You
for
were
Maeve,
tasting water.
and she straight up just
Didn't give a
She didn't even
shit.
try it.
cupcake. Literally, all these other kids could have had
That's
normal
so weird.
cupcakes. You bought this specifically for Maeve, and Maeve wanted
Dude.
nothing.
She doesn't care about cookies. She doesn't care about sweets. Girl just wants some.
Fucking fig bars, granola bars.
She wants that protein and that fiber.
Yeah, she's
No,
like,
dude, I think her taste buds are fucked
yeah.
up. She hasn't been able to have dairy her whole goddamn life.
Yeah.
bro.
You know,
that
she
kid-
had,
she's gonna be one of
real,
those kids,
dude.
huh?
She had real mac and cheese once, and then broke out, and that's how we
She
found
didn't
out.
even eat it. She just
Yeah.
smothered herself in it.
That's how we found out that she was allergic
Same.
to it.
Cool.
Now, can I go off on a mild tangent?
Yeah.
Like, it's not. I don't think it's a conversation at large or anything. Can we stop? I see these videos and God, it infuriates me to no end. To where it's like, especially kids, but I hate when adults do it too. Where it's like they put the cake down in front of them and then they slam their face
yeah.
into the cake without like a person.
No, I hate it.
I hate those so
Dude, I
much.
always
So-
feel like they're gonna get impaled
Well,
by
I
the
mean, and
candles.
sometimes they miss the cake and hit the kid's head on the table.
No, so when my mother did that to me
Awesome.
when I was 1 or whatever, and I never liked being dirty. They all knew this.
Yeah.
I didn't like being
I don't like
dirty.
being sticky.
They slammed my face into the cake, and I just sat there like this and wouldn't move until they cleaned it off me.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, it's like you just like took this kid's birthday and potentially ruined it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all for one, wasting money, embarrassing them, and like wasting a cake they were excited to eat on their birthday.
Yeah.
But the one I love the most is where it was like a Ninja Turtle thing too, where they slammed the kid's face into it, and he just took the cake and he threw it off, and they were like getting mad at him for doing it. It's like, oh,
I've seen that one.
You slammed his face in his cake. And then he was like, all right, well, fuck the whole party then.
Yeah.
And threw it on the ground. And now all of a sudden,
No,
like,
it's-
he's the bad guy.
No, it's because like unfortunately we're at a point where like people see kids as like you need to follow the rules. As the adults, we don't
You have to entertain
We
me.
don't have to do it.
Yeah.
But like it's like that thing of like you have to lead by fucking example.
Yeah.
Well, it's
God,
also
it
like
drives me
at
nuts.
like weddings when the groom will like shove when they like are supposed to like share the cake, and when the groom will like push it into the woman's face. Every time I'm like, oh, because I know that's like
amount of
$200
makeup, like,
makeup and hair that,
Well,
that they woke up at like 5 a.m.
My
to
hope
do.
is like they would like talk before.
No.
Oh, it's no. See, that would piss me off.
No,
Like,
no,
just,
and you
like,
can see like like in most videos
I
when
need
you
to
see
know
that
ahead
you
of
can
time.
see that she like doesn't want to make a scene, but at the same time, like my heart is just like,
Yeah.
oh my god, that
It's
took
like, wow, our first
hours
argument as a
and-
married couple.
Well, now because you're in this position where it's like you're in the party. What do you now?
Yeah.
You have to leave your own wedding to
Where
go
you
clean
hired a
your
photographer
face. You
to
have
get
to, yeah, you have to
pictures,
leave to go
your
clean
makeup,
yourself up.
like it might have gotten on her dress, like her hair.
The only way I could maybe see that is if it's like the end. The party's over.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
have already started leaving, and you're having like a last piece of cake.
I mean-
then maybe.
Well, it's also like know your significant other, right?
Yeah.
Like if you know your
Yeah.
significant other would obviously put
yeah,
all this work into her.
If that's y'all's like relationship,
Yeah.
sure. If both of you like pranks like that, sure. But that's like my sister and my dad love like pranks that like put people in that position.
Mm-hmm.
Like not necessarily embarrassment, just like kind of put you out to push buttons.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to be like, I like pushing buttons to an extent, but like not to like where it literally
There's a
ruins
line.
someone's time.
Yeah.
I did
right?
too when I was younger.
And so
grew
yeah,
out
you kind
it.
of grow out of it, right? Where you just realize like, oh yeah, that was $200 makeup that she put on, and it took her 3 hours to do it. Like
I woke up at 5 a.m. because
maybe
it's
we
her
pushed
and all
cake
the
into each other's mouth on
bridesmaids.
the honeymoon.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, and me and my mom both like hate those kinds of pranks, dude. Mostly because my sister and my dad love those kinds of pranks, and like after a while, it's just like, yeah, that was fun. Like I had to clean
and
it
now
up
I
and
have
do
4
shit.
more hours of this party where half my makeup is
literally
off
covered
my
in
face.
stuff.
No, I think that's why
And I'm
like
sticky and
Which breaks my brain immediately.
I mean, I think that's why we don't fuck with each other that much unless we've talked about it prior. Right?
No, I got a feeling
for example, like I would never like jokingly like slap you guys without making sure it was okay for like a bit. But when I was younger, no, it was different. But like I think about that because like me and my old roommate when I first moved here, like used to watch this channel, Cow Chop.
Sack tap.
And they split up. Like they split up. But it was like
yeah, you showed me.
But
this
like they
channel.
were setting
yeah.
shit on fire all the time and like doing shit that was like you could see as it progressed that like the people that were there, like the on camera, they were like over it. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, you almost burned down the fucking studio.
Fun, dude.
It's like, you know, it's one thing when you set something on fire in a controlled environment. It's like, bro, you set our couch on fire inside the studio. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's
That's a
It's like,
wild.
also, we don't own this. We pay rent here, bro.
You know, so it's like, you know, like things like that. Like there's levels. You know, like know the person.
I feel like definitely our line is one shit like that because like what they're dude. We need to put another video in here where we had a fake gun and Ruff runs up to Erik and shows it in his face, and I missed it because I was throwing something.
No. So I didn't walk up and like point it at Erik like I was gonna shoot him. I walked up to hand it to him.
It stays just warm enough to.
Like, what the fuck? Homie's walking up with a Glock, like, give me your looks, money, bitch.
he suddenly
I don't know.
Was that on recording? Please tell me that was on recording,
I may have
because
been
that was
blocking him.
awesome.
Bro, Erik looked so scared.
I was like, what the fuck? Homie's walking up with a Glock to me.
I was like,
He's about
okay,
to
we'll go
murder
to Orlando.
suicidal.
and
Go
shoot.
to Orlando, man. It's okay. I'll plan the trip.
But just the sight of the gun.
Because I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I was like,
That's
fuck, I was like, what the
awesome.
fuck?
I
Oh, God.
specifically didn't walk up like
No,
that
he didn't
on
walk up with
purpose.
it pointed at me. Like he walked up with it like he was doing gun safety. It's just like I was not ready to experience a gun.
No,
Like
you weren't
while
ready
I'm
to
just
see a
sitting
gun.
here playing Balatro.
No,
okay.
and-
Like, I was just waiting.
It
for
was
us
so
to start.
I really
But no,
hope that
I mean,
camera
but
got
like
it.
food, especially. I think
Yeah.
like we fuss at each other, we'll yell at each other, or we'll get loud with each other. But I think if we actually fucked with each other's food, that would be an actual fight.
No, I've talked about it before. That was the only time I've ever seen Erik actually mad.
Don't mess with my food.
Was when somebody was like fucking with him and dangling
Yeah.
his food around. And like legitimately, if
I was very hangry
if it
that
wasn't
day.
a woman that did it, I think if it was a guy, I think he would have hit him.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
Yes, I don't hit women,
'Cause he-
but
bro,
fuck with my
bro, he
food.
said-
I might change that.
I don't hit women, but maybe.
No, it looked like he was gonna
Yeah.
kill her. Like I
was.
It was. I have
Well, because
never.
all right, so we
seen
hadn't
Erik
even
that
eaten
mad.
that day, dude. So like we had done all
Yeah.
the convention bullshit. We had just finally like, hey, let's go get some lunch. Let's get something.
Yeah, I
to
mean, you're
eat.
starving. You
Like-
probably
God, that's
put in-
like the best
you've probably
meal,
put in
though.
15,000
It's like after the
steps.
convention.
It's 4 p.m. You haven't eaten yet.
Like
yeah.
we were so hungry, so we found this like a
Nah,
hole in
food
the wall
hits
pizza
different.
place, and it was like, all right, if it's a hole in the wall pizza place, it's got to be some fire shit, and it was
was.
good.
It was
dude.
good.
It was
real
good.
good.
But like, if you're eating and like I have a problem, I realize I am a hangry person. When I don't eat, I get hangry.
You get a little fussy.
But when I do
happens.
eat, I'm chill. I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck about anything, right? But like, I do get very hangry. And in this moment, I was trying to eat my food.
What did you have?
I ordered like a set of mozzarella sticks.
Okay, well,
That's
I mean,
and
you
like-
said you went to a pizza joint, so I
Yeah.
was like, was it
I
like
was
a
like-
buffet? Was it like a?
No,
Oh my
like,
God,
we
you
eat
said
the order
mozzarella
thing.
sticks, and I'm now like reliving this memory.
It was like mozzarella sticks. It was like a piece of pizza, and I think maybe a couple breadsticks.
It's like
or
Rob Lowe
whatever.
and Goodfellas. You're just setting the scene for
Dude,
us
so
right
like
now.
I'm sitting here like I'm so I'm so happy because we got the food, so I just started eating, right?
Garlic was sliced real thin.
This girl off to the left of me just grabs one of my mozzarella sticks and like breaks it, but like has the cheese and starts like fucking with it while I'm eating like over my food.
He's eating a pizza and she is draping a cheesy mozzarella stick just in front of his face.
It's like, bro, I'm tired. You fucking with my food. I'm hungry.
And everybody else is eating.
That's the crazy. Everyone else was eating.
And now keep in mind,
right?
this is his mozzarella sticks.
Like these are my mozzarella sticks.
So she took his mozzarella stick.
And it's like, bro, we're at a con. I don't know where your nasty ass hands have been.
Mind you, and she's draping it over my food now while I'm trying to eat. And it got to the point where I was like, we know the type of personality she was. She was kind of out there.
Bitch, we are not having fun right now. Sit down.
It just got to the point where I was like,
she didn't do it intentionally to like be a dick, right? But
she was just being. That's just her.
Wait. Was she like one of these ladies that's like in her dating profile? She was like, I'm just random. That's how I am. And it's like, no, that's you explaining that you suck already.
Nah, Sean, you're thinking of 2010 e-girls.
I'm thinking of all women.
XD raw, so random.
God, I hate that. Don't get me fucking started.
Yeah, so
Rar means I love you in dinosaur XD.
If I was a worm, would you still
dated a
love
girl
me?
like that in high school? God, she was insufferable.
But yeah, that was just it's one of those where like you try to be nice and you're like, can you stop? Can you stop?
Well, yeah, you don't want to cause a scene.
Like,
you did ask her to stop.
He asked her nicely, I think, twice.
I asked her nicely, like, can you stop? Like, I'm trying to eat. Can you stop? She's
Yeah,
like, oh, blah, blah. And it's funny. And I'm like, you need to stop now. I was like, I am done with this shit. I'm now using my adult voice. Like, put my food down, eat your fucking food, or stop.
Dude, that's when you
so
stand
scared.
up.
Because she didn't. Because
you're 6'3", 6'3"?
Yeah, I'm
6'3" ass stands up.
Oh no!
Keep in mind, this pizza place is smaller than this room.
It's very small.
Would I know this girl?
Yes.
Yes.
Who is it? I need to know now. I need to know now.
Just whisper him his sweet nothings.
Sweet nothings.
Oh, yeah. I know of them. Yeah.
But I mean, good. I mean,
Also, editor blur like
Just
his
in
mouth.
case, yeah.
They were good people. I didn't have any issues with them until that moment. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, you need to stop fucking around.
Yeah.
We are trying to eat.
Yeah.
Please stop fucking with my food. And it was like,
Yeah.
I still have the rage from that day.
No,
I was like, bro,
It's okay. Let it
why
out.
did you like? I get it. You're having fun. I'm not trying to like harp on it, but it's like it gets to a point where when someone's asking you, please stop messing with my food. Like I don't even think I need to even ask that to anyone. Like, can you stop messing with my food?
I think the problem is that at conventions like that, people forget that the internet and reality are different things.
Yep.
And they'll meet somebody
Their brain breaks,
or they'll
dude.
talk to you twice or three times and they're like, we're buddies.
Yeah,
and
this is
it's
my
like,
BFF.
And it's like, hey, we are buddies in the sense of I know who you are to an extent and I have no negative feelings towards you, but it's like we're not friends. Right?
I know about all your
it's
weird
like,
shit because we talk online.
yeah. It's like
we haven't experienced each other's weird
we
shit.
have like an acquaintanceship. Like we might become friends, but at this moment we are not friends yet.
Yep.
We don't know each other on
We've
that
only
level.
ever spoke to each other when other people are in front of us to speak.
Some people you only mesh with online and not in person.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, I didn't even know.
of that.
I didn't know who he was until I met him at a convention.
Yeah.
Like we just met at a convention, then we went back to my hotel and like smoked outside, smoked like a fat joint by the highway.
I met him at a convention too.
Smoking fat
in
doinks.
a closet though.
And that's the thing. And typically, like,
Hell yeah.
yo, you can meet some of your best friends at conventions. You know what I mean? Like, but it's like you'll
This isn't them saying that being online friends isn't real friends.
No.
Yeah, it's just understand that like
That's how I.
There's boundaries.
you're
right, that
you're
you
having
haven't
to now
experienced it
build
with that
a
person.
physical, tangible friendship relationship with somebody, and like no matter what, not everybody is going to
some
be so
motherfuckers
open.
might stink.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean,
Like, dude, the amount of times my ass was slapped and or grabbed by other dudes at conventions is wild.
same, bro.
So
Same.
frequently.
You know,
I don't know.
it's
I don't know
crazy.
why you speak to somebody once on the internet and they're like, "Come here, cheeks."
Oh no, I just had the unsolicited ones. Like I didn't even talk to the people. Like I just be walking by and I just randomly feel like an ass grab. I'm like,
ass grab.
I'm like, don't get me wrong, I got a big booty, but like, chill over there.
Yeah, everybody's like, yo, Erik got a fucking dumper.
Got that dumper. Let me
That
get a
ass
gram
can
on it.
shit. But no, so I do want to ask, is it like fat boy math or is it just like actual hungry math to where it's like when, especially like conventions or like where you've spent all day doing something else and you order food and you order that specific amount of food because you know you are going to eat all of that
every
food.
last
No,
bite.
same.
You're not
That's not
taking
bad
it back
by
to the
math.
hotel. You are literally getting it because it's like, I'm going to eat this food here because I am this hungry.
I mean,
and then
most-
somebody
yeah.
fucks with it
Yeah.
and it throws your math all off.
No, I agree.
No, yeah, that shit's infuriating.
You don't fuck with somebody's food. Like, you don't.
But yeah, that's really the only time that that angry Erik has come out.
That's awesome.
It doesn't come out very often. It has moments where it'll peek out every now and like a crack will come out. But like that was the one time where I was just
It
like,
leaks out sometimes.
I was like, dude, I'll try to be
No, it's
nice
crazy.
to you. I was like, you are a good person online. We are friends online. I don't have an issue with that. But you do not know boundaries.
No, dude,
and
yeah.
do not fuck with someone until you know their boundaries.
Yeah.
And in that scenario,
No,
it's
yeah,
like
that's a big one.
we can be friends, but if you're going to fuck with me and you do not know my boundary, you are now literally like you are going to see the other side of me that most people don't want to see a happy person go
Once
to.
you get the ick, you never go back.
Yeah, well, there's that, and it's also like one of those things too. Like when you're talking to someone on Discord or in a game or something like that too, and they say some stupid shit, you're just like,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
and you're back into the conversation. Like, whereas like you can't do that in person because you're like, yeah.
Anyway.
I think it says a lot though, because I mean,
Crazy.
me and Erik have known each other for 8 or
Long enough.
seven or
Long
8
enough.
years, almost
All of
almost
it?
10
Too long
years.
now.
And the fact
Can't
that
math it up
the
anymore.
most mad I've ever seen you was over mozzarella sticks, I think it says a lot.
He said it wasn't the mozzarella sticks; it was
it was the principle.
But like the thing is like because like for me, I you know going through like being a caregiver and like all that stuff, I've seen the worst of life. I know
Yeah.
how bad being alone and doing all of that
Yeah.
is, right? And like to me. I've always tried to be a happier person and always look at things from the half glass full. However, when we plan things, I always play devil's advocate because that's just myself.
You drive me fucking crazy.
Because I'm always thinking about the weird shit.
No, and I
because
appreciate it.
As a caregiver, that's what I had to do. I had to like, okay, we can go do this, but I need to worry about this, and worry about this, and worry about this.
See,
right?
see, if I was
And
in
it's
charge,
like,
I would have been like, hey, I got our tickets. This is the date. We're going.
well, because like for me, the scary part about it is
but
like,
then I probably would have fucked up and like got the wrong thing. Or something.
when you're a caregiver,
You fix it on the fly.
and you're a primary caregiver, the scariest thing you can ever do is get injured.
Right,
Because if
right.
you get injured, now the person
That
who
person's
relies
fucked.
on you is fucked, right? So like I had to go from being a very carefree person to being like, okay,
Stringent.
is this going to be dangerous? Like,
Yeah.
am I going to run a
That
risk?
was me
of
with
this, right?
kids. Once I
And
once I had Eevie, or once you have your kids, it's like, fuck, man.
Well, when he broke his toe/foot,
Yeah.
he was. What could he do? You know, I think I had to take the girls.
I had to just fucking deal with it sometimes, and it's like
Suddenly
I
it was
wasn't
just-
supposed to, but it's like,
like when that happened, suddenly you realize, oh shit! Like I just
Yeah.
got handed.
Everything. And
So much.
If you
Well,
get injured,
especially-
you get sick.
Yeah,
What happens?
exactly?
Then, right?
Like
And,
we didn't at that time. We didn't have my dad here.
That's
So it was like,
Right.
who do we have?
That's
Because we
exactly
don't
the
have.
same shit I
We
dealt
didn't
with.
have a village
Like
at the time.
it is not
Just
and
because
being
of a
solo,
broken
like I had my
toe, right,
grandma there to
right,
help
yeah.
me to like assist.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
she couldn't do any lifting. Like
Right. Yeah.
there was a lot of like I'd have to for my dad to go to the bathroom. I had to deadlift him with my arms
Yeah.
off of his wheelchair,
Right.
kick the wheelchair
Yeah.
aside, and pull him onto the toilet.
Yeah.
Like it was not.
we had had to do that with
it-
my grandma.
And that's the thing is like when you have to do that, you have to like start thinking about these
Yeah.
things of like, okay, I can't do this. I can't go out and play soccer anymore, go out and play basketball
Well,
because if I get injured now he's fucked, right?
That's what I was gonna say because like you talking about that like has like unlocked like a several year
Go ahead,
core memory.
unload us.
No, I mean it's like it was like the same thing with my grandma, right? And it's that realization that your time is like not really your.
It's not yours. No, you have to be selfless.
Like I would be playing a computer game. Like there's like this game called Steam World Dig that I love.
never
and it's
got into it.
and like, but every time I still try to play that game, it like, some things just take you back in that moment or whatever. And it's like I swear to God, it's like every time I booted that game up, my grandma would fall. And so like I can hear like I boot that game up and I hear her crashing through a table or something like that kind of thing, right? And it's just like, yeah, that real like you realize that any moment now, whatever you're doing does not matter anymore because you have to go take care of that.
Yep.
and and I think that's what's kind of developed that devil's advocate side of me is
Yeah.
just like, well, what about this and what about that, right? But
What
like,
about all the possibilities?
for the
and
most
possible
part, like
outcomes?
I've always tried to be
We'll
a
beat it
happy
out of
person
you.
because like I've spent so much time in the hospital and seeing
Right.
so much like darkness, right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
granted,
Misery.
the nurses were great. Like I loved hanging out with all the nurses because they would see me just sitting in the fucking waiting room.
Yeah.
Like and you see a small kid in the waiting room and it's like I spent Christmases, birthdays, all that shit. Like it sucks. And it's like, why be negative when you don't need to be?
Well, I mean,
right?
Especially about petty and like dumb shit.
Like, well, the thing is, a lot of when you start looking at death and like seeing all of this shit, a lot of the small things that people get angry about day to day,
it's pointless.
It's pointless. Like they get angry like over stupid shit. Someone took my parking spot, but you have other parking spots to park at.
Yeah.
But they took my parking
It's
spot.
it's 5 more steps, bro. Just park there.
It's like, dude, there's so many other things in your life that you could be happy for, being like healthy, having good health. That is something that so many people take for granted, and they don't realize it because so many people like unfortunately, like with Bree, you have to be cautious about getting sick.
Yeah.
Anyone that gets sick around you, you have to literally quarantine yourself off so you don't get it, right?
Yeah.
And it's like those small things that so many people take for granted by having perfect health.
Yeah, well, they don't have to worry about it. Yeah.
And they don't worry about it. And it's like, but then there's still negative Nancy's about everything else in their life.
Well, that's why pretty much I think anytime I've gotten sick or even just like a stomach virus especially, pretty much I always go to the hospital.
See, I never go to the hospital
because I have a chronic fear of like it being something bigger. And this last time they actually ended up taking a CT of my abdomen. And that honestly was so nice to see because at least I knew everything's fine in there. You know,
It's
like
just
they don't
like-
do.
I just got a poo.
Well, no, I actually had like something, but
norovirus
but
or-
my organs, like you never know, right? Until they actually have you do those tests.
Go up
like,
in there.
They're like preventative measures don't include getting like an MRI and a CT every few years, like they should. But like you can get like someone I follow on TikTok. There's some states that have a company that do like a full body scan.
Yeah.
And they send you and they do and in some other countries they'll do like a full body workup where they do like that full body scan. They do all your blood work. They take all your.
I think you got to do that in Japan, right?
They
like
have that in
give
Japan
you like a yearly
for cheap.
physical
Yeah,
kind
for
of thing.
cheaper. Yeah, because it's part of
It should
healthcare.
be. I mean, it should be.
That should be included in preventative care. Is like including scans just to make sure that everything's
good.
fine until it's too late. Because like especially with a lot of cancers, you don't find out until it's too late.
Yeah.
I just thought that was so
when it's
dumb.
too late,
like,
it's more
everybody's
expensive.
like, you're bumming me out.
I know.
Yo, what the fuck?
Sometimes it's not all.
No, I mean,
Happy.
it's.
But I mean, that's life though, right? It's
Right.
realizing there is good with the bad,
Yeah.
right? But taking that outlook and constantly trying to look in the positive
Yeah.
is the best way to live your life.
I mean, but it's also like one of those things. Like I think that's where we have similar experiences, but we kind of like diverge in how we handle it. Where it's like you kind of like that devil's advocate of this, and this, and it's like my mom got cancer when I was 15. My sister got it when I was 17, and like luckily both of them survived and everything, right? But it's also like one of those things to where it's like I don't like dwelling on like making a decision because I just don't like dwelling on anything if I can help it, right? Like, which sucks when you have severe anxiety disorder because that is just dwelling on things. But when it comes to like the decisions of like lunch or anything like that, I'm always like I don't care because like it's not a choice.
It's a little
it's not
decision.
an actual choice that matters.
Yeah.
Like when I want something, I'll tell you guys like, yo, I'm in the mood for Mexican today.
I want Chewies.
I want Chewies.
I want Chewies.
And it's like
Those
shit like
fucking
that,
Chewies.
right?
It's always Chewies with
bro.
them, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's that or like if I get a craving, it's always like Chewies or like Mexican food or pizza because like those are two things I don't get a lot.
Yeah.
And so it's like when I actually want it, I actually want it. And it's like, so I'm on the other side, like, like we were talking about like booking tickets for stuff or Ruff's in a thing for like this Harry Potter thing that we're going to go to, I think.
I got to remember to buy those tickets. I forgot to buy the tickets.
And he was like, what time works for you? And I was like, I'll go whenever. And like, he's like, what day works for you? I'm like, I'll go whenever. Like, I mean, we work for ourselves. Like we can walk out this door right now and no one's going to fucking stop us.
You know what I think it is that throws me off is I'm always so used to having to ask because of the kids.
Yeah.
Right? Like even if like, there's something that like we want to do, it's like,
Yeah.
Is there anything? Are we good? Are we able to do this?
Well, it's like asking about like Maeve for the trip. I was like, dude, I don't know. She's 2, man. I don't know if I even want to take her
honestly,
Well, that's why
in May.
And see, that's the thing. It's like I'm trying to plan this
October.
trip.
We're going in October.
I'm
and
honestly,
that's
though,
the
I don't
end of
know.
it.
I don't know why I didn't think about it because no, it's true. Trying to take Maeve to either of those places would be a nightmare.
It's not going to work.
It's like a whole thing
A
in my
year
head
from
that
now,
I'm like,
I think she would be good.
Yeah, it's like it's weird with a kid this young because they're every month is so different.
Every week.
The day she turned 2, she's like a completely different kid. Suddenly, our very outgoing kid that hugged everyone she saw and didn't give a fuck who you were. Suddenly, the day she turns 2, decides that she's shy.
She's almost like you need to stop celebrating birthdays because it creates that milestone effect, doesn't it?
I guess.
It was so weird. It was
the day of her birthday.
It literally was like there was no like transition into it. It was like day 1. She just different.
Well, dude, that's y'all brought her to my house, and like usually she like I've seen her just bust up in places or whatever, bro.
She was so shy, and that was so. We don't even. I still don't even know how to like navigate it.
Like after like she warmed up, I guess to like the new place or whatever. I was like sitting there at the table, and she was like coming to me, wanting me to like pick her up at the table and and do stuff like when we were at y'all's house and things like that. But it was still like that was so weird to see.
But that's like why it's so hard to plan things with a toddler because I don't know what she'll be like in 8 months. You know, maybe she'll be better and maybe then again she's really good going out in public, but for short bursts.
People are going to misrepresent what I'm going to say here because it's going to sound very, I guess, terse or anything like that. But I beg of you, like if you have the capability to leave your kid at home, until they can actually have a memory of the vacation.
No, he's right.
Leave the kid at home.
No, I mean, they don't have memory. Dude, you'll see people with fucking toddlers, 1-year-olds at Disney World. And it's like, why?
That kid will never remember that.
The kid can't walk. The kid can't even hold up its own fucking neck.
The babies, But also when you have toddlers and stuff, it's like they won't remember, but the parents will.
I mean,
But you could wait till they're 3 when they have memory.
I know.
I'm not really trying to.
Why not just go experience it by yourselves? Like, leave the kid at home.
But also, it's one of those
that's
things.
what my parents used to do when I was a kid, though.
But you see how excited she gets about Mickey on the TV, right?
Yeah.
And you want to see how excited she'll be seeing Mickey in real life. I mean, you see those videos of kids who like see their like little childhood idol for the first time.
She has the ability to react and to speak.
Exactly.
And things like that.
Memory, though.
Infants, I don't get that part. I think that's.
But that's kind of what I'm saying because like your mom is willing to come in here a lot and watch her. Your dad is here now and he's willing to like hang out, take care of her. But it's like one of those things where it's like, if you don't have the option, like I ain't saying that. That's a different.
Not
piece,
everyone
right?
has a village.
Exactly. But like it's one of those things like if you do have the option, like maybe just wait a year or 2 when that kid's like 4 or 5, and
it
it's
also
like
gives you guys an opportunity to go and enjoy it, and not feel like you have to have responsibilities as a parent.
No,
right?
we would literally.
Like, don't get me wrong, it's gonna suck. But
it's a yes and no on that because at the same time, it's like like a week-long thing or a little bit
5
less.
days.
Still, it's like the longest that I've been away from Maeve is. What, a day and a half?
We went to Houston.
Bree, there's no need to be so dependent, okay?
Yeah,
no,
okay.
it's hard.
Usually,
it is really hard.
I've been without them because she'll go home to like visit her mom and like her family and shit. Like I'm here working, and like it's weird. But like, nah, she's never been like away from her for more than like a day.
It's a weird maternal bond.
But that day in Houston, though, y'all,
dude,
we slept in so fucking late.
Y'all were so funny, bro. Y'all were so funny about that shit.
I don't remember the last time that I haven't slept next to like a baby monitor.
We had so many plans to do that day. We were gonna like do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this.
Bro, we was like we're going to an aquarium in the morning,
walking around the city.
We're just going around Houston, which smells like piss, and it's like 1 o'clock kind of rolls around. It's like. Should we go see if they're alive?
Because we met up me and him didn't even plan to meet up. We met up in the fitness room to get our walk in the morning. And he's like, I'm just finishing my walk. I'm like, I'll get a couple steps in. We can go meet downstairs like half an hour out.
No, dude, like Christmas week was a flip-flop of Bree letting me sleep in and then like me taking over so that she could go sleep for a couple hours while I watched the kids. And it was just like, all right, you go sleep, I'm gonna go sleep.
But I cannot explain what it's like. Like it's even like with other kids in public that aren't my own. It's like the second you hear a cry of a child or a baby, instantly there's alarms going off in your head and you're up. Like at the second I hear her cry on the baby camera, I'm out of bed. Like no hesitation, no like, oh, gotta take 5 minutes.
I don't know how she does it.
He has to take like 10 minutes to like be okay to like
because that's
sit
the dad
up
math, bro. It's like you wait to hear the second cry.
If there's still
But he waits to hear the
That's
second cry, looks over, I'm already gone.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, it's like I've tried. Like, there's been times she'll talk about it, and I'm like, just give me the 5 minutes.
It's like I can't handle the 5 minutes of crying,
and then I will go do it. And she just is like, no.
My body literally cannot just like wait there and like for those 5 minutes because I'm already like on edge. Like my whole body is setting alarms.
It's like when she wakes up in the morning. It's like she's awake. It's like, yeah, just give me a minute. Like. She'll sit there and talk to herself for 20, 30 minutes if we let her.
I think it's also one of those things where it's that's the difference between like a mom and a dad. Because like, you know, I'd get hurt or something. My mom be worried about me. My dad just be walking by laughing and be like, that shit hurt, don't it? It's like, yo.
Mm-hmm. I know. Anytime he like came up to me with something, I got like 20 questions. I'm like, who did it? How did it happen?
Yeah.
When did it happen? Is she okay? Is she doing this and this and this? Are you sure? And he's like, nah, she's good. I'm like, are you sure?
Well, that's like that one day where she like hit her head and you like went and got her and brought her here. And like we were all like, she's probably freaked out because all of us were like, we were like an X-ray machine. Where we were all
dude, it was a hard fall. Like, it was a hard fall. She fell right smack on like the base of her head.
And we were like, yeah, she seemed all right. She walking. She eating.
She's all right.
Yeah.
I know, but I was so on edge, man. It's so different.
Down in Pop-Tarts.
It's like,
bro, she was crushing food.
You just, man, and even when, especially when you're states away, I don't even know. He knows what that feels more than I do. But when you're states away, like being in another state for 5 days, just like, I'm like, oh my God, Mom. Like every hour, I feel like I'd be texting my mom, everything okay? Everything okay? And like when I get that alert on the monitor that she went down to bed, I'm like checking. I'm like,
she really is.
Kids are resilient.
So
yeah,
bro, no, like
no,
they
are.
Like, dude, we'll go out. She'll babysitter, like, and she'll just like watch the camera while she gets like put to bed.
No, I watch. I don't watch them put her to bed. I don't usually watch.
You can disconnect. It's okay.
No, I know
I had the same problem when I used to bot in video games. You can let the bot do what it's supposed to do.
Those are very similar things. Yeah. No, but I like to
that
just.
comparison is wild.
Well, it's also. I mean, I do the same thing at night at home.
You don't have to babysit the bot. The bot will get you
Eric's
loose.
just got a shirtless picture of him holding the box up to his chest for the skin to skin contact. Yeah.
No, I do the same thing.
This feels like. Oh, I've never known a love like this.
This is how I get showered in currency. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I mean, bro, like she has Maeve wear a sock that like tracks everything.
What?
Yeah.
You got
like,
a bio sock?
Like when since she's been a
How does that
baby,
track?
like Bree brought the sock that you like put on her at night. And in the beginning, I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like, you know, newborn baby, like they could roll over and suffocate.
SIDS
like,
is
I
really
get
common
it.
in the first year.
So I was
of
like,
their
all right,
life,
you know, you sold me. I get it.
I have a good friend.
And now
like
it's
little
like,
brother
fucking,
got it.
it's not a worry. Maeve's not gonna suffocate in the crib, but she's just like, she needs it.
No.
What does it measure, like oxygen level, heart
SUDC,
rate,
SUDC is also like not super common as SIDS, but it is common. It does happen.
She get the suds.
Well, the other thing is, we're a lot more educated now than we were like before TikTok when it comes to like what could happen.
No, see, I think the internet's ruined people in that regard.
Yeah,
Like, I think some knowledge is good. I think a lot of knowledge is bad.
I agree. I've been talking about it. She sends me crazy shit, and she's like,
I don't send you as much crazy shit.
No, she stopped. She doesn't do it anymore, but she used to. Like,
I send him things I know that he'll actually.
Anytime
open
a disaster would happen, it's like I don't want to know.
Oh no, yeah, no, that's like I've gone to like the ER a couple times. Like back in the day, I had like gastritis or whatever. It's just like an inflammation of your stomach and shit like that. And I would say something like, "Yeah, I thought it was like pancreatic cancer," and they'd just be like. What?
Yeah.
I'm like,
you've been watching the internet, haven't you?
Yeah. No, I'm just like, I'm at this point.
And like, they're like, WebMD has ruined everyone, dude.
No, it has. Dude, I'm at this point now where like I'm starting to just enjoy life again.
Yeah.
Because I'm not as connected and I'm using social media less and I'm not seeing all these fucking heinous things that happen all the time. And it's like, it's helped so much. But there's like, there is that weird thing of just like, I feel like I should know, but like, do I really give a shit?
Oh, that's like
should I give a shit? Like, you know,
See, I think that's the thing is you have to use social media for certain purposes. Like for me, I use it. I don't use it for I use it for entertainment because it's just funny some of the stupid shit people do.
That's
and then I go to the comment section and I'm like, it's all staged, you dumbasses. This isn't real.
Comments have ruined that for me, bro.
Well, remember I was saying that my TikTok has like a ton of political shit and I have been trying to get rid of it. I have just been constantly for days now
Not
Click,
interested.
not interested.
See, that's
Click,
your mistake,
not
dude.
interested. Click,
Literally,
not interested.
go type
And it
in the
won't
TikTok that
stop.
you're interested in.
But that's the thing.
I don't want to
know.
search. I just want to, you know.
I want to be a lazy
And,
Do you like
consumer.
looking at food? Go to Food Talk. Do you like learning about being a parent? Go to Parent Talk.
No, I have
Literally
it.
just Google that.
That's the thing. I have it. That stuff is there. It just like the other shit. There's so much more of the other shit.
Right.
Like even fucking One Piece creators are yapping about fucking the election politics. Like you're a One Piece creator. Stop
That's
it.
wild. Like my feed.
Damn, Ruff said, "Shut up and dribble."
I have not seen political feeds, and I don't know how long because I'm on Food Talk. I'm on Rivals Talk right now.
No, I know.
I got the whole comparison with Luffy, Mr.
Must
Fantastic.
be nice to have your
But, like,
algorithms
but, like,
back.
what's the point of the not interested
Yeah,
if
you
it doesn't
still haven't
work?
got your
I
account
still don't
back.
even have my fucking account back.
It's like
That does suck,
dude,
bro.
it's like
bullshit.
Trump yapping, not interested. Swipe,
Yeah.
Trump yapping. What? Not interested. What is happening?
Now,
I don't understand.
now it thinks you're just
My
Trump
shit's broken.
But what's even weirder is you don't even
I don't
get
get
ads.
ads. I don't get
which
ads.
is like you're on some kind of weird ass TikTok.
I
that's
don't
like,
know, man.
You
I
want
don't
the
know.
normie TikTok where you type something in and it goes, "Hey, you like more of this? Cool, let me keep giving you." Like for instance, one of the dudes, because like I am very much a believer in if the for you page deems it necessary, it will show me the next video. It'll show me part 2.
Okay.
So I watched a video.
Interesting.
It's like
I love
so-
your just absolute trust of like this technology.
I trust China
yeah, implicitly.
Dude, China stay winning, bro.
China
For a
stay
reason.
winning,
For
bro.
a reason, okay? So like I'm watching this video and like I'm looking into potentially buying a house at some point, right? Like I already own a house up north, but that wasn't me buying it, that was me inheriting it.
Right,
So like
right,
I want to
right.
purchase an actual house, but I want to be knowledgeable about certain things to pay attention to. Good
luck, Erik.
So like
I'm renting
wish
forever.
I watch a lot of like home inspector videos where like
Oh, I
they'll
love those
go and
videos.
inspect the house.
Yeah.
Please tell me you've seen the one where the guy goes around the garage and he just pushes his foot down and it poof.
No, I like the guy that
whole
takes his
way
knife.
around.
But that's what I'm saying.
And he
like,
just stabs with his knife.
I love
Yeah.
watching those videos because
Yeah.
it's like
Wall or
it's things.
cake.
It's small things to pay attention to. Like when you do become a homeowner and you do want to purchase a house, it's those things that like, for example, the cookie cutter places around here, they're going to be doing that stupid shit where it's like when you go up to the house, you're like, no, I paid for this. Why is this like this? This is messed up. You're going to have to fix this, right? And like
That's
those
the
are-
benefit of TikTok because I've decided if I get it, I don't know if I want to buy a house.
I know.
I
kinda like renting.
I know. No, I mean like I almost.
I hate
if
renting.
we do it,
I absolutely hate renting.
I think I would want to just build it myself.
Yeah.
Because at least
Yeah.
that way, it's like I'm hiring the people that I don't know.
But
like,
you
it
can
just-
still, the thing is though, you can hold those people financially accountable when you do purchase that house.
No, but
that all of these things
you're
are fucked
right.
up,
But
they
like
have to fix it.
imagine like your house is done, you go to check it out, and now it's like the house is fucked. It needs to be basically
That's-
like that one of the thing of the guy like smashing the foundation. They were like, dude, that entire house has to be rebuilt from scratch. And it's
Yeah.
like, dude, can you imagine?
Yeah, that's a foundational
Can you imagine?
problem.
Well, that's-
you're waiting like fucking who knows how long, and then
Yeah.
it's just
Well,
like.
but that again is something that when you sign over that kind of money, there's a contract.
True,
They have
yeah.
to give you deliverables at a certain amount of time. If they can't provide you with the deliverables, or there's an issue with the deliverables,
Yeah,
you can
true.
then hold them financially accountable for any of the money after that you have to spend because they didn't hold up their end of the contract.
Yeah, fair.
Like don't get me wrong, lawyer fees, all that bullshit.
but that's the issue though. You're going to have to pay for your own
and you're
court
gonna
case
have
stuff.
to, and you're gonna
Your
have to
court
go
case.
up against some probably
takes
fucking
time.
mega corporation.
Well, yes, it takes time, but the thing is, if you're still having to stay in a hotel or you're still having to pay rent on your other place, you can now hold that other company liable also for your lawyer fees because you wouldn't have had to get any of this involved had they held up their end of the deal.
Yeah, but you still have to pay for it in the time.
Yeah, in the time until
Not
it's,
everyone
until
can
it's
afford-
wrapped up.
Well, I mean, but that's what I'm saying though, is it's those things that you need to consider when you're
Yeah.
purchasing a house.
I'm just gonna
right?
rent.
So like that's why
Yeah,
a lot of my TikTok is literally like home inspector stuff. So like I was watching this home inspector go through and he like went through so much of the house because like they installed a light switch in the shower. Like 2 feet away from the spray of the shower. They just
awesome.
installed a light
Smart.
switch. They installed the floor.
Oh, nice try.
They installed the floor of the shower as a flat bed, not a shower pan. It's
love
just
people.
flat. So they just they turn on the water and it just runs into the bathroom. And it's like
Damn.
all
That's
of
the
these,
best.
all of this stuff that like should have been done correctly wasn't done correctly. And it's like I'm learning about that. So like again, back to the TikTok algorithm. I was like, cool, this is good. I got my feel of it. Swipe, swipe. Oh, part 3. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like literally, you got to trust in the algorithm.
Dude, I click on their profile and get it myself.
Thank you.
I don't trust
the Just
the
Watch
fucking
feature
algorithm.
is brilliant.
No.
Yeah.
Well, some
Oh,
people don't
yeah.
have
That's
Just
one of the
Watch.
best features they
Yeah.
ever added.
That
Was
was
the
just
Just
watch the next
already
video.
watched.
If there's multiple parts, I ain't watching. I'm out.
Okay.
I respect that.
But
Weirdo.
that's knowledge
I respect
that you
Sometimes
could
it
be-
has to be multiple parts.
Don't care.
Dude, it was like a 10-minute
No,
video. I hope you reached the max.
TikTok allows 30-minute to 1 hour long videos. Put it in the
Yeah, but
fucking
not
also where there's
everything
things-
happens at one time.
Yeah, but
that's-
there's the judgment
wait.
of, is it worth a part 2?
Exactly.
If it's worth a part 2, sure.
Yeah.
It's got to be worth a part
if,
2.
if the video is like, it's worth it, like I'm getting knowledge, maybe. If it's just a random part, I ain't doing
No,
it.
I'm not getting baited by that stupid bullshit.
Yeah.
But like when it comes to like home inspections, I like that stuff. I like looking at it, going, okay, well this is fucked up. Why is that fucked up?
The problem
You
with
know?
my TikTok, well, my
Old
alt
former
TikTok,
TikTok?
at the moment, because it's
Damn.
not my main TikTok,
Tears
is
fall.
that now my
Side
algorithm
TikTok.
is like
Side piece.
Yeah, you got a side
recalculating.
piece TikTok.
Yeah.
Just for the hose.
The one I'm using to contact TikTok and then never touching again. Yeah. They actually emailed me back finally and asked for my information. And now it'll probably take them 2 weeks to respond to me again. And then by then TikTok will be gone and it won't even matter. But
Yeah, no, it ain't going nowhere, dude. You can't convince me it's actually legal.
11
But
days.
anyway, so now my algorithm is like recalculated to like what my old algorithm was on the other account, but it's all the same shit I have already seen, but it doesn't think that
awesome.
I've
That's
seen
so
it.
You're not getting any new.
No, it's all old shit that I've already
Can I say
seen.
that's the worst part about being in a relationship is our YouTube feeds is that we watch some stuff on her account and I watch
Yeah.
some stuff on my
Dude.
account and I just get recommended the same
Why don't you
shit.
just have a couple accounts?
Or when I want,
Because
because then now we have 3 accounts for
Why not
things
just
at.
make a house account?
Because she
No.
watches stuff that I don't care about and I watch
Yeah.
stuff that she doesn't care about.
So why don't you just have a house
Because then we
account?
have to recalculate the algorithm. I don't even know what to search for. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to
The
search
TV,
for things on YouTube.
I trust YouTube implicitly. In terms of delivering features to the viewers, not
Yeah.
creators. Fuck you, YouTube. You've been fucking us for weeks.
Okay, no, I was gonna. That was what.
Oh yeah, we forgot. We were supposed to do it
Yeah,
last
that's
episode.
what we were going.
Oh,
you
yeah.
said at the end of the last podcast, we'll talk about it next week.
Oh yeah, we also got to talk about the other thing
so
too.
52 minutes in.
Yeah, allegedly, we should be getting that 3rd strike removed tonight at 7:18
Let's see if there's
p.m.
any movement.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen because they're always late. But
Yeah.
by 8 p.m., if it's not
It'll be
released,
tomorrow.
I'm bitching.
I feel
I'm
like it'll be
bitching.
tomorrow.
Bitching.
I'm live tonight, so we'll just announce it to them then if it actually
So
did.
Yeah, right.
Do you want to just kind of go through
Fuck it,
the
why
process?
not? So y'all know if you're watching YouTube, you understand the copyright. The copyright system is broken. Every YouTuber talks about it all the time. It's abused. It's been abused. And this year with AI, it's gotten
no different.
So much worse.
Yep.
So we've gotten more strikes than I could even count in the past year. You dispute them, you get a strike, whatever, no big deal. You get 3 strikes, and I know I say no big deal, but like, yes, when you dispute a strike, you are entering a legal agreement. The company can come back and sue you. That is a real thing. It just doesn't happen because of precedent, and it's not worth their
He's
time.
not a lawyer. Do
I'm
not
not a
take
lawyer.
legal
Don't
advice.
take my legal advice. This is just, my
But he is a
Experience.
doctor.
So take his
Of
doctory
love.
advice.
So, like lost
Also,
my train of thought.
Aaron, remind me. I will send you the graph of what the views look like after it happened.
we'll include the graph.
we
so-
have evidence.
Yeah. So you get a strike, you get 3 strikes. What usually happens when you get 3 strikes is YouTube sets your account up for deletion. It basically is like, you have 7 days, we're going to delete your account.
Yeah, you done fucked up too many times. We're getting rid of you.
Basically. However,
Your
you
drama.
can dispute strikes. And if you dispute the strikes, your termination of your account gets put on hold. And then you wait the 10 business days, which usually lasts about 2 weeks, depending on when it
It's
happens.
10 actual business days.
Like,
It
yeah,
isn't. It
holidays
isn't.
don't count
They
and
don't
shit.
give you holidays or weekends as a benefit of a doubt.
Yeah. So 10 business days basically
Oh.
for the company to sue you or
Like,
They
would
don't.
is that like a federal thing? Because if
think
it's
so.
today, it won't be today. Today's a federal holiday.
fuck.
It'll be tomorrow.
God
Jamie Carter's
damn it.
funeral is today.
Oh yeah, I got a good. Well, you know what? I'll talk. I don't
yeah.
want to talk about that on
So-
the podcast. We'll
So
talk
tomorrow.
about
So
that.
maybe we'll
Probably.
see. But the point is you get a strike, you dispute, you have 10 business, yeah, whatever. So it's not a big deal.
Fucking Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
God damn it, Jimmy Carter.
Me and Sean both have had 3 strikes before.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Whatever.
R.I.P.
Not worth
Yeah.
it. The only negative in the past was that when you would get 3 strikes, you would not be able to upload any new videos.
No.
However, any videos you had uploaded prior and were scheduled or were just there in drafts ready to be go, you could put them out, no problem. And we're pretty good about, because our Patreon supporters getting our videos early, it, one, keeps us from getting spoiled, but two, we have generally a month, 3 weeks a month sometimes scheduled out on YouTube in comparison. If we have
an empty day, we'll kind of be like, hey, like we got a space here. We'll throw something in there.
But it's usually that. And so it was like, okay, whatever. We had the strike, and it was Transformers was the third one, and it was like, well, we could delete the video and not get the strike.
No, Transformers
like,
was number 2.
Yeah, but like it was like, oh, the video it's got over 100,000 views. I really don't want to delete a video with 100,000 views. We're gonna get it reinstated. We're gonna win the strike. We always fucking do. Let's just do it. So we do it. And then randomly, we get a third strike for Disenchantment in drafts. Our editor's still trying to edit it for copyright. So the video is not ready. Usually, if it gets copyright, our editors will re-edit until it passes YouTube systems. So he was doing that, and they still striked it. This time now, YouTube, good guy YouTube, you can upload your videos now when you have 3 strikes. It's not a big deal.
You were talking about this on stream that night.
I was gassing YouTube up.
He was
that
hardcore
night. I was literally talking on stream.
So hard.
I was like, dude, this is actually like a good decision, because people don't give YouTube enough credit when they do something right, because they do a lot of things wrong.
Well, everybody's so used to shitting on them that like when they do something right, it's worth
this
it.
is actually awesome, because innocent until proven guilty.
Well,
why restrict my account?
Put control back into the creator's hands.
Why restrict my account when I'm disputing? If I lose the dispute, different story.
Yep.
Right? But that was awesome. It was really cool to see. And then all of a sudden, the next morning, we come in, we check stats like we usually do, and everything is fucking flat.
Eric was looking at because Erik is kind of like in charge of our shorts, right? And like you work with our shorts manager, and it's one of those things where he was like, dude, he was like, I think they're suppressing us, and we were like, what? Nah, they don't do that. Like it didn't happen last time. Or whatever, and like, bro, we looked, and our shorts were like, we had a couple of shorts cruising.
Yeah, dude. Like I said, we will put up the graph. Aaron will put up the graph.
But I mean, you could see like the shorts were like, you could see where like it was the views.
Cooking, dude. It was cooking.
And then like all of a sudden, it's like a literal flat line of no views.
Yeah, we went from having on average between, I'd say 500,000 and 600,000 views per 24 hours to, after YouTube was done, it was under 100K.
It's like a shadow ban.
Yeah.
Yeah, low-key.
And what we've noticed is a massive uptick in comments from subscribers and views from subscribers.
So if you go into the analytics and look, the views will be like 99.1% subscribers and like 0.9% not subscribed.
Which is not normal.
No, it's usually like 50-50, or a lot of times it's usually not subscribed is higher than subscribed.
So basically, YouTube is just not sending our videos out to anybody that has not already found us. And the unfortunate issue there is that like 85 to 90% of all views on YouTube, it might even be higher now because every time they release these stats, it goes up, is all recommendation.
Yep.
It's like people do not search. Like people think they do. People don't generally search.
No. Search results are usually 2 to 3% of
It's
our
very,
views.
very small.
It's minimal.
So like it's all just algorithm based, and that's pretty much everybody. That's not just us.
Yeah. I mean, that's how the system works.
So it's been a pain in the ass. So we've been riding out the 2 weeks. Fuck you, Jimmy Carter.
Fucking Jimmy Carter.
God damn it, Jimmy Carter.
God damn it, preventing
Could have
us.
chosen to die any other day.
Yeah.
I mean,
R.I.P.
he didn't die today. He's been dead.
Bitch waited to be 100.
been a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. He could have chosen to die any other day.
Yeah, well, he wanted to stay alive to
Well,
vote for
his
Kamala, and
funeral's
that
today.
proved to be
funeral's
pointless.
today.
He could have died back in like before November.
God damn it, Jimmy.
But yeah,
Wow.
it's
He was 100. It's not like his
R.I.P.
parachute didn't
though.
open.
Yeah.
Actually, Jimmy Carter's a very sweet man. I do want to say,
R.I.P.
he's a very nice guy.
He's awesome.
This is all a
Some
joke.
respect.
Yeah.
This is all a
Bree's
joke.
just saying
We're
such
just mad because
offensive.
we want our YouTube account more back. That's all I'm trying to say, man.
Don't get me wrong. You're pretty cool, Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
But you couldn't have your birthday like a week ago. Like, what the fuck?
But yeah, so
Not your birthday, your funeral.
so
Happy birthday to you.
So probably
Wow.
tomorrow we'll get the now the real question is once that third strike falls off,
God.
the real question is, does it bounce back?
Please.
And I will
Hopefully.
say,
'Cause I really wanna watch Wicked.
The day after our our hack where the channel was literally deleted and YouTube had to reinstate it. The day after was a peak. It was the highest viewed day we had had.
No,
in
it was
month.
crazy. It was insane.
Like we're hoping that it's going to have the same
kind of
thing
vibe.
where essentially we will get our account, will get put back into the algorithm, but who the fuck knows?
Also, it's one of those things like we had done all these like movies that we knew would do well for the channel. We did Lord of the Rings, we did Harry Potter. We did all this stuff with the intention of like December is going to cook because January sucks.
January's always
these are all
the worst
movies we
ad
haven't
revenue
seen or and stuff like that. And these are like our most requested things. And so like it literally like took all this upswell and hype that we were having.
We had the best month we had ever had.
Yeah.
Well, also like 2 days
literally just
after Wicked
kicked
came
it.
out on digital, and I was like, well, fuck,
We can't do
can't
Wicked
fucking
because
push that out.
Yeah,
now.
we can't do anything new because it won't get pushed.
Well, it's like, you know, I want to do Gladiator 2 or I want to take you through Gladiator 1 as well because that movie was baller.
Awesome.
But it's like, you know, we had originally got a strike on the first Gladiator, and it's like, bro, we can't.
we can't.
We literally cannot risk that right now.
We don't want to get the strikes removed and then immediately get another one.
So now, with that said, do we want to announce changes that we are doing to this podcast?
Yeah, take it away, Sean.
All right. So we were discussing, talking, kerfuffling, having fun.
Amongst ourselves.
Banter.
You know,
Some would say.
bantering, some would say. You know, plotting even.
Yes.
Amongst
Scheming maybe?
themselves.
Scheming.
Yes.
Yeah. And so what?
I said yes, amongst themselves.
You weren't here. You could have come here.
Yeah, you could have.
But
Yeah,
no,
you could have came to
so,
that meeting.
you know,
Bree.
we've been
You
doing
didn't
this
send out
podcast.
the signal.
We've been doing this podcast.
We had the Bree signal in front of the house.
What, like 6-7 months at this point?
I don't know.
And it's fun. It's a lot of
30
fun.
30
We
something
love doing it.
episodes.
30-second episode, I think this is.
I have fully
Something like that,
admitted this is like my favorite thing that we do because it's just like us actually getting to hang out and talk about stuff. Because, you know, we don't get to do that as much in the videos because
Y'all yell at us.
y'all yell at us and now we have this. So we kind of came up with the idea. We very much noticed like that New Year's Eve stream was incredibly hype. It was a lot of fun. Granted,
Everybody really liked it. Very positive.
yeah, it was New Year's Eve. We understand that. But it's one of those things that very much gave us the idea of like, why don't we start doing the podcast live? That way, one, it'll be on the main channel. That way, because you guys, most of you here just don't understand how like the majority of people work. That we can say something on the main channel in a video. We can say the same thing here. We can say it on Patreon, the website, Twitter. We can put it literally everywhere. And 95% of people will still ask the question with the information out there. And then someone who has seen the information misinterprets that information and then will explain to them the wrong information.
Yep. Every time.
So it's one of those things that like we can put all this work into like letting people know stuff. When it's 5% of people will understand it, and
I think that's a reasonable number.
Yeah,
5%,
actually,
yeah.
I think I'm probably overestimating, but still. So like the plan going forward is I don't know if the next one will be live.
As long as nothing breaks, but everything looks correct.
The room seems to be ready. Moving forward, podcast will be live on the main channel. Now I know what you're probably thinking. Hey, what the fuck? I've gotten used to listening to this channel. I've subscribed to this channel. The podcast will still be coming here in probably like different kind of highlighted bursts in conversations. That way, you can kind of pick and choose how you want to listen to the show. And also, of course, the podcast will be put up in full on Spotify.
Yeah.
Like that's not changing at all.
Spotify will get it like normal.
Yeah.
The podcast will air like normal, just live on the main channel.
Yeah.
And then like all of those little chapters that you guys see in the videos, those chapters will basically be taken out and turned into little 15, 20 minute
chunks.
chunk videos on the podcast channel.
Yeah. So it's one of those things that, if you don't get to see the podcast live, you don't have to worry about it. You're still going to get it. But we wanted to like restructure things to where, one, it kind of makes more sense for our schedules because like right now the podcast is like that one thing that's like we shuffle a lot to do that. It kind of makes us like, okay, if it's Wednesday at like 12, that's not what it is. That is just an example. But if it's Wednesday at 12, it's Wednesday at 12. If I can't make it, it's you three. If Bree can't make it, it's us three. Like no matter what, someone's ass will be in a chair on a mic talking to you live.
We'll pull Christian if we have to.
And we do expect to get a producer for it. Like we expect it to make it more of an actual like
event.
Yeah.
Event
What
every
y'all are
week.
used to, seeing the camera switching, like everything like that, like it'll be there. You're not going to have to worry about a situation where like we're not going to get in the podcast is not going to change drastically in the sense that we're going to go from bantering amongst ourselves to just reading the chat for an hour. That won't be the case.
No.
We very much will not be reading the chat for the majority. We will have segments either midway through or at the end, or maybe in midway through and at the end, where we will read all super chats and sub messages and all that and have a segment. I think it could be fun.
And we came up with like tips, bits, super chats, all that. Like those will be like priority questions we'll answer either when one of us takes a bathroom break if we need to, or like at the end of the show. That way there is like more of an audience participation. That doesn't mean that you have to tip to get a question answered. That just means like that will most likely.
Well, I mean,
if
we have 30 super chats with 30 different questions, we don't really.
It's not like we
can't answer everybody. We have to prioritize those.
And it's also one of those things that I put out my solo Q&A on the podcast channel. That's actually gotten like a really good response to the point where like people kind of want each of you to do your own solo Q&A. And
it would be kind of a cool idea.
Yeah, I mean, I figure that could be something like maybe quarterly, right? Like one of us just every couple of months, like one of us just does it.
It's your turn. Go.
So that's wild that like people. That's just wild to me.
Because
it's flattering. I guess that's whatever. Flattering.
Nobody has questions for me.
That like people have that. Literally, we could host an entire show just by ourselves and just do a Q&A.
No, dude,
like, that's very flattering.
And
that's awesome.
In my head, like I record like answering questions for an hour and a half. I was like, bro, people are gonna be so fucking bored. Because like I didn't pick any at random, or I picked them all at random. I didn't pick any ahead of time. I was just like scrolling through. I had Aaron literally cut out the parts where I was just going,
looking for something.
like looking for a because 95% of them are like, when are you going to be reacting to Ben 10? And it's like, dude,
that tracks.
I literally opened it with like a blanket, like, if you asked when we're reacting to something.
We do need to have like a pin message where the mods say that any questions, even if you are giving a sub or not, asking when we're going to react to X show or X movie will be ignored.
Dude, I just literally answered eventually if we want to.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your super chat, but we're not going to
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, thank you for your super chat, but shut up.
That's why you have the rules. It's like, hey, if you ignore the rules, that doesn't.
Yeah, but the short story long. It's just in the next week or two, this is going to be just
season 2 of the podcast.
Season 2 of the podcast will be live from now on.
It will not be in this room.
It will not be in this room. It will.
Thank God.
You will get videos on this channel. You'll probably actually get more videos now on this channel because we'll be cutting those up.
It also should be more stable because we will not talk over each other as much.
Yeah.
Because the problem you guys have, and I don't know if you can see it on the camera, maybe if he zooms out, Bree and Erik are like fucking 10, 15 feet away from each other.
I'm 8-9 feet away from Bree.
They don't hear me like
she's
60%
a very
of the time.
the thing is you're very soft spoken, so it's very tough for me to hear you.
And you also can't see it. Where the table that we're gonna be very close to each other, and also we'll be able to see one another.
I mean, me and Ruff are literally side by side, and it's like I still have to like turn.
Well, you have to look
at
through
him.
the mic arms.
Yeah, that too. So it's more intimate.
We think it'll be a better show, and that's why we're doing it.
And we're going to also be doing other crazy things as well. Who knows what you'll see on there?
Yeah.
You'll never know.
What are you going to see there, Billy?
But you're going to see some weird shit. Some weird shit. So show up, Billy.
Is our
it's time for lunch. Yeah, it's been here for a little while.
Awesome. All right. We're wrapping it up.
You know what to do. Go to patreon.com/sorta stupid.
Check out Billy Ends the World.
Check out our comic Billy Ends the World. Check out this Remy Bong and Destiny pill. Look at how gorgeous this is. It's double-sided.
5 stars on Spotify.
You can cover your stuff.
Like, comment, subscribe.
And we'll see you live next week, Billy. Hopefully.
Be the joy.